Hey, Porch Chronicles, how y'all doing out there? No, you ain't seen me in a little bit. So look, we're gonna keep it real. And I don't like it, but I gotta talk about, but it's the truth. So look, now, you know how we always be like, oh, I want my man to act like this, I want my man to do this and that. And then if you have issues with a dude and say you've been hurt by him and y'all try it again, you know that hurt don't go nowhere until you deal with it, right? So then you say, well, I don't want to do it this way, I don't want to do it that way, I want to do it this way. And they listen to you and they do what you ask, right? So that means they become accountable for what they said they were sorry for and they stop doing it, which is what everybody wants. But this is what got me. So the dude I talked to, we've been talking since 22. Yeah. But it would be on and off because he would be doing his thing and I had a whole bunch of issues, blah, blah, blah. So why this time when we start back talking, it's been over a year, and everything I told him I wasn't going to do like we used to do before, I was like, I'm not doing it this way because I be doing my little therapy jump. And then he'll be like, okay. I'll be like, I don't want to try if we ain't going to do it this way, this way, this way. So he became accountable for a lot of the stuff he used to do and he stopped doing it. So that's when you become accountable and you say you're sorry, you're not supposed to do it no more. So I was like, okay, cool. Because I be the one trying to run away from relationships real bad because of my past trauma. So, but I do my therapy because I ain't going nowhere. So this time, okay, he been doing like what I asked, and he got health issues, whatever. So I always be kind of worried about him, especially since the accident. So he went to a wedding the other day. Honey, my nerves was toe up because he went and watched the fight after the wedding. So I was worried about him getting home from that far away, that late in the morning. So why? He did everything he said, he rested, did everything, blah, blah, blah. So when 12:30 came, I had woke up and the fight was just about to come on, so I texted him and I was like, I don't think I can handle this because I was worried. And he was like, you got to stop being like that. I told you I rested. And I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I was scared. So what? The next morning I called him and we was on the phone with him. We was fussing. Not fussing bad, but he was just like, what's the point of me doing everything you asked me to do and then you still fuss? And I was like, what you mean? He was like, I do everything you asked. I rested all day. I felt good. I would have went home if I got tired after the wedding. I was gauging my body and I was fine. And I was like, okay, but he was like, no, but you do that all the time. And ever since he had the stroke and the accident, I worry a lot. So I'll be like fussy. And he'll be like, but you fussing over stuff we already talked about. So he was like, so I'm never going to win because no matter what you do, you're going to keep fussing. And I was like, I never thought of it like that. So when I went to therapy, I had to talk about that. And he was like, you can't keep saying you sorry to me and then keep doing it. He was like, because every time I say I'm sorry to you, do I keep doing it? And I was like, oh my God, no. So I had to be accountable for that. And I was like, I don't want to hear that. But he was like, it's the truth. He was like, what am I doing all this for if you're going to keep fussing and I'm doing what you asked? And I'm like, you're right. So women, I know you're going to hate this when I say it, but it's the truth. We can't ask them to do stuff for us and they be accountable for the things that they did to hurt us. And then I was hurting his feelings because I kept fussing. So he was like, so when you going to stop fussing? And I was like, but that's just that's the wrong thing. So I was like, you're right. You have to value what other people are saying because what they saying is real. If they say they feel like that because you did it, then you got to be accountable, and whether you like it or not. So, yeah, that was the hardest thing. It was like I had a funeral last week because I was like, I can't fuss no more, especially when we in such a good place. He was like, you still fuss even when we in a good place? I'd be like, you know what? Girl, I had about a 4-day funeral grieving that the old me that would, even no matter how good it was, I was still finding something to complain and fuss about. Y'all, we can't ask them to do it if we ain't gonna do it. I'm just keeping it real. I know you might don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. I love you, Porch Chronicles.